Thank you for helping me choose an outfit, Hayura. I think this looks really nice. That's no problem. It's to be expected, really, that any outfit would look good on you. Your figure's incredible. Oh no, you're just flattering me. I was always told to eat more back on Corville. My parents were forever saying I'm too skinny. If she's too skinny, how thick is her fucking parents? Really? I think you look perfect. My earthling standards, maybe, but not to those of my home planet. Oh well. Ina beams full of joy of spring. It being winter, notwithstanding, as she does a neat 360-degree spin on the spot. Her long mint green hair flutters about her. Her long mint green hair flutters about her in a cool breeze. Her skirt shifts about her thighs. So, what do you think, darling? Do you like it? I look Ina up and down, my arms folded. The outfit Hayuri chose for her, after much deliberation, is fairly conservative. Certainly more than the frilly nightmare she conjoined Ina into back in the fitting store. This outfit is much more suitable for the wintry chill. It conceals a fair bit of flesh, which would keep Ina warm and toasty. Ina's clad in a thickly knit woolen turtleneck with striped sleeves, which Hayuri has paired with a wine red dress. The dress itself is fairly short, but Ina's legs are clad in thick opera pantyhose to offset the cold. Wait, is she? I can't see. I can barely see that. I don't know much about women's clothing, but I think the assembled suits Ina. Then again, as Hayuri said, I think almost anything would suit her. Now Ina's not wearing her strange latex spacesuit, I can take a proper look at her without feeling the need to avert my eyes. She looks good in that suit too, of course, but I think I'd prefer this more homey appeal. I think you look great, Ina. It's very cute. Really? Ina smiles widens. If such a thing is possible, she looks like she's glowing. Fucking hell, a flashbang. Just like that meme, like, rise and shine. Ina smiles. Oh, right. I think so far, everything I bought in bulk has appeared except for one plushie. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you to say. I do not think I've ever been happier than I am at this moment, hehe. Okay, that was a bad one, I cringe. Oh no, Gringy! Ina's enthusiasm must be contagious, because I find myself smiling too. I'm a bit tired after being dragged around so many shops, and I can't pretend that I enjoyed myself while waiting outside the fitting room for what felt like forever, but Ina's smile makes all my accumulated fatigue melt away. It's hard to be in a bad mood when I'm with her. She perks my spirits up within seconds. Hey, Hayuri. Can we explore the city? Tokyo seems a very interesting place. It is so vast and sprawling, quite unlike Korra. I keep talking, I was saying, like, in the future, I think the things I'm looking forward to, if I do get more views and popularity, right, is mostly the fan art and fan animations, but I've come to a conclusion. I don't think even if I want to support someone, I don't think I could ever watch any of the the animations for whatever I'm voicing, because I was showing my brother something, right, of Vernell Edge, I was trying to show him the cool, like, art change, right, and I was just cringing hearing my, feminine voice, or me trying to do a feminine voice. And I don't know if I can watch, like, a whole, 5-minute video of someone animating. I'm like, how can you sit through this? Like it's fine. Do you not hear that? Do you not cringe? The only reason I'm not cringing is because it's in the moment, right? Because I don't have to think about it, because I'm getting so invested in the story. But if I have to go back and read or hear my own voice, I'm going to cringe. I'm going to game end myself. And I would love to see the different, art styles and different types of thing, on an unrelated note, right? I don't know why, but it's I had such a violent urge, right? Because I want to, animate my own animated stories. I don't want to say series, but stories, right? And some series, I'm struggling to, because I gotta learn how to animate different positions, different looking to the side stuff, basic animating stuff. And what's even worse is some of the things I've planned is, stuff I can't really put on YouTube due to the very erotic content, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. And then I just had this extreme violent urge. I'm like, I want to animate porn. I don't know, I barely know how to draw shit like that. And it's a strong urge, I need to draw it now! Now, damn it, now! It was such a violent urge, I'm like... I can't say that. I'm sorry. Yeah, but it's not as strong now, luckily, but it's at some point I want to animate such things, because I'm scared. Well, I guess I'm not scared of trying new things exactly, but it's the scared of failure, right? Not being good when I first start out, and the fear of being discouraged because of my process isn't going as quickly as I would like it to. So I get very hesitant when I do stuff, right? And so some stuff I will allow to have on YouTube, but other stuff I gotta find where I'm supposed to put it, because I thought about putting on years ago. I thought about putting on Twitter, right? No, I don't really use Twitter anymore. And, I really don't want to go back to that hellhole. Sure, as I said, I miss a lot of artists and stuff, but it's it's not something I want to go back to. I can't put it on Discord, mostly because that means I have to put in effort of actually creating a server and then moderating it, and then, it's shit like that. So, like, where am I supposed to put the more adult animations? You know what I mean? Or maybe you don't. And then it's like such a strong erotic urge. I think it mixes. It's my thing of wanting. It mixes, right? Of me wanting to animate and, you know, create my own little stories. I mean, they wouldn't really have any voice acting, but like there would still be subtitles and such, because I you know, can't really pay anybody, so I can't pay for voice actors, and I don't really I don't want to. I want to do everything myself, right? As much as I can, because one, I don't want to rely on anyone to help me animate, because I feel like I don't want to like micromanage every little thing. Like, no, it's supposed to be like this, not like this. Try again, and like just be very mean and hostile. So I'm like, I'll do it myself and burn out, and people will be, where's the next episode? And then I'll force myself to burn out, and then people will act like they care, but really, like, oh, just da-da-da, practice makes, just let them practice da-da-da, this, that, and third, and then I'll burn out again because I never listen to anybody, and then I'm exhausted. I probably will have a break for maybe 3 months, and then that just adds to the, where's the next episode, da-da-da-da-da, and no one lets me recover because they care about what I do rather than, you know, who I am. And it's like a whole mess. It's like, I want to try things I'm not good at, right? I want to try and make, not a lot, but like, I want to make a couple of songs, right? But I'm completely tone deaf when it comes to making music. I don't know what I want the background sound to sound like, or the tune, or the da-da-da, you know? So like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Sorry, ranting again. Now I am dressed up for the occasions. I want to take in all the sights. But of course, I was going to suggest that myself. I don't think we'll be able to see all the sights. Tokyo is awfully big, after all, but we can make a decent stab at it. Stab? Ina's brow furrows. Why would we wish to stab anything? That sounds rather violent. I do not want to get blood upon my new clothes. Even if my dress is red, it might not show the stains, but it would be an awful waste. Oh no, that's not what I meant. We won't actually be stabbing anybody. That would be a surefire way to get on the police's bad side. I'd hate for you to end your first full day on this planet in a prison cell. That simply won't do. Ah, yes, the police. We have them on Corval too. They ensure that nobody is breaking the rules. I do not want to make enemies of them. They carry laser guns that can atomize body parts in less than a second. Laser guns, huh? That sounds like something ripped straight from a sci-fi novel. And again, I guess Ina's whole existence is rather sci-fi, being an alien and all. Her being an alien and all. We're not gonna run into the police at all. It's just a moot point. The orange juice is foaming up my throat. But they don't carry laser guns here. Nobody's going to atomize you, no matter what happens. Oh, thank goodness. This is a relief. As a princess, I was under certain protections. I would never have been atomized on Corval, but I am not on Corval any longer. I am no princess on this planet. I am just Ina. I have lost all my privileges. But that means I'm also far, far freer. Now I can go anywhere I want and do what I want. I cannot wait. Neither can I. I love shopping. I love showing people. I love shopping people around here. I love showing people around. I'm gonna actually fucking lose it. How many hee-hees can you fucking give me? Just leave the initiatory up to Big Sis Hayura. We're going to have a blast. Ina, Hayuri, and I mutter about the city for a while, stepping into random stores and later grabbing a bite to eat. We do this for several hours until we wind up at a batting center. As for how we ended up here, well, Ina saw the batting center as we walked through the streets and, excited, asked Hayuri what it was. Intrigued by the concept of baseball, what a novel idea. I did not know hitting balls with a wooden bat as an activity worthy of such laudation. Ina then asked if she could try it out herself. Hayuri and I capitulated to her, and now we're in the batting center. Ina, as it transpires, isn't very good at baseball. Her hand-eye coordination leaves a lot to be desired, and during her first few pitches she was even holding the bat the wrong way around. I'm not a sports buff myself either. I find any physical exercise beyond my daily commute to university a pain. I'm a physics nerd though. I'm a physics nerd through and through, not a pro athlete. Physical education was always my least favorite lesson back in high school. I was one of the very worst in my class. My classmates used to rib me for that on a regular basis. They thought it was funny. I was also defiant, given how given how tall I am. A lot of girls in my class ran faster than I do. Hayuri, however, proves to be a big surprise. She's far better at baseball than I would have ever imagined. She hits every single ball that's pitched at her by the automatic machine without breaking a sweat. The expression on her face, one of easy confidence. Golly. She may be annoying me from divine. I fucked that up. I was gonna say, she may be annoying me from behind, but her thighs are truly divine. Sorry, just more rest urges to leave bloody bite marks along the thighs. I don't know what's wrong with me. Take this! Bat in hand, Hayuri swings it at a crouching ball. The bat hits the ball with a satisfying thud, then shoots through the sky like a projectile. I can hear the fucking clank. Oh wait, no, that's a metal bat. Wooden bat. I was thinking of a metal bat, my bad. I watch it as it ascends, then descends, one hand held to my eyes to blot out the wintry sunshine. The ball lands a few hundred feet away, bouncing against the turf. I must say, I'm impressed. Wow! Ina, who's long since tired of trying and failing to hit any of her own home runs, watches the spectacle with wide eyes, her hands clutched at her front. That was incredible, Hayuri. I had no idea you were capable of such feats. You humans can do almost anything when you put your mind to it. Truly, you are an impressive specimen. Oh, it's not that impressive, really. I've always been fond of baseball. Ever since I was a little girl, I'm not all that good at sports. Join the club. But baseball's the one exception. It's special, I suppose. Oh yeah? I can't can't help but be curious about this. I've known Hayurai for a while, but I've had no idea she was so good at baseball. I guess there's a lot about Hayurai I don't know. I never really cared to find out. Despite our supposed friendship, I've always tried to keep my distance. Was that callous of me? Oh well, there's no time like the present to learn a little more about her. No, we really don't. We can mind our own business. Congratulations, you're good at baseball. You want a prize? 1-2 electric boogaloo. Were you part of a club back in school or anything? Oh no, it's nothing like that. I wasn't a part of any clubs in high school, unless you count the going home club. I'm surprised they didn't add it. I never really fit in with my peers. I don't think they would have wanted me around. My father, my Earth father that is, likes baseball a lot, though he used to take me to games with him back when I was a child. I like to think that she grows up to be a very thick, like Superman or Superwoman or whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. I have a lot of fond memories of watching matches with him. I decided to pick up the sport myself. Though I didn't have anybody to play with, there was a batting center like this near my parents' home, only a 5-minute walk away, that I'd often stop by on my commute from school. I wasn't very good at baseball at first, but eventually got into the swing of it. Hitting the ball with the bat is very satisfying. It's a good way to let off steam. Hayurai swings the bat again as she speaks, once more hitting a perfect home run. And I like watching the ball as it soars through the sky. It looks so free and untamed. I've often wished I could be like one of those balls. Hayurai tips her head back, her choppy brown hair shifting in the breeze to observe the pastel sky. I too want to soar up into the sky someday, out of the atmosphere and the Earth's gravitational pull, up into the recess of space. I've always felt ever since I was a child that I've never quite belonged here. My real home isn't on this planet. It must be somewhere else above my head. I wonder where it could be. My bad. Hayurai sets her bat down and exits the batting cage. I guess she must be tired of playing baseball now. Not that I can blame her, she has been going at it for a while. Hayurai stretches and looks at Ina. I've been giving it some thought, and I've been wondering whether I come from the same planet that you do, Ina. Freed from its confines, she then returns to look at Ina, smiling as she does. I have no way of confirming that, of course, but I think that'd be nice if it were the case. Oh yes, I quite agree. If I had more friends on my home planet, perhaps I too would not have felt compelled to leave. I love Rivai a lot, of course, but you can never have too many companions, particularly kind ones like you. Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me very happy. Hayurai giggles. I don't know if I come from Corville or not. I have no proof either way, but I am sure my real home resides somewhere out there. I probably have another family who loves me, who are thinking of me even now. She's Krypton and her family's fucking dead. They mightn't like baseball like my father does, but I'm sure they have other interests and hobbies, like completely eating the men of their species after sex, cock and balls first. I want to share those interests with them. I would love to know more about them. I'm woefully ignorant of my true parentage, but I'm sure they exist somewhere out there. They must, after all. Hayurai looks at Ina, her hands clutched at her front. You came here, Ina, from the stars. Your presence here is proof that aliens do exist somewhere out there. If you came to Earth from a different planet, the same may be true of me. No. Hayurai shakes her head. It must be true. I refuse to believe it otherwise. If you feel that strongly about it, there must be a grain of truth to it. Nobody knows ourselves better than we do. After all, be we humans or Corvin. Perhaps I can help you find your home planet one day, if I ever am able to repair my spaceship. That might be fun. Oh yes, I would absolutely love that. Thank you so much, Ina. It's no problem. You and shut the fuck up. You and Haru have done so much for me already. You deserve it. It is only polite, or so I have heard, to repay others for their kindness. I press my lips together. I'm glad Hayurai looks so happy, but her insistence about her true origins is starting to perturb me. Why is Hayurai so insistent that she comes from another planet? Is being a boring, ordinary Earthling not good enough for her? I mean, look where we're heading. This place is fucked whether we're human or not. The fact that you came here was a complete mistake. Like, this Earth and its peoples are fucked, corrupt, and every other fucking horrible thing you can find in the dictionary. There is no saving for us, if I'm gonna be honest. We're just fucked. Maybe her high school years have something to do with this. From what little I've gleaned, she didn't have much fun or any friends when she was a student. Isolation can nurture all sorts of strange beliefs in people. This alien shtick must be a coping mechanism. I can't take it seriously, even if Ina is, and I don't want to encourage Hayurai either. I just wish she would like herself for who she is rather than who she wants to be. I know that's easier said than done, but I don't think it should be too impossible of an undertaking. I like Hayurai just the way she is, to such an extent, in fact, I consider her a good friend. We go to save again. A good friend. I've always enjoyed spending time with her, clinginess notwithstanding, and she's easy to talk to. She means a lot to me, but telling her that might be awkward. I wouldn't want her to get the wrong idea. Human relationships are so complex, I sometimes feel like an alien myself. That is a very fair point. But isn't that what makes it more beautiful? Things that are complex and not so simple. Sorry, that was probably cringe of me to say. Because, like, if everything was simple, it'd just be boring. It'd be easy, but boring. Time passes, and the day eventually comes to a close. The pale sun sinks beneath the horizon, ushering in a dark sky full of stars. Ina, Hayurai, and I were kept busy all day. Sorry. Trapezing about the city to take in its sights. The soil of my feet hurt from all the walking I've done, and my wallet is similarly aching after spending a not insignificant amount of money on various tourist traps. I'm pretty tired after the day's event, but I've nothing on Ina. She's dashed about she dashed about, hit her, and... what the fuck? Thither like a kitten, and now, predictably enough, she's exhausted. I thought she said she dashed about Hitler. Ina yawns, as if to prove my unspoken point, then rests her head against my shoulder. Hey, get off me, bitch! Sleepily, she links her arms through mine, then murmurs. That was quite the day. I've had a good deal of fun, but perhaps I exerted myself a bit too much. I must take more care to pace myself in the future. At least I fear I will wear myself out entirely. May I return to your apartment to recuperate now, darling? I could use a rest. You do look sleepy, certainly. Having a nap wouldn't be a bad idea. But there's one more thing I would like us to do. Sorry. Oh? I look at Hayuri, ask Axagadis. Is there a particular tourist attraction you want to go to, Hayuri? Not entirely, no. This is purely selfish request, but I have been pondering it for several hours now, and I cannot remain quiet. I realize Ina is tired, and I realize this may be bad timing, but, well... Hayuri inhales, taking in a crisp mouthful of wintry air, and then says, would the pair of you mind coming back to my place? I have warm beverages I can offer you, and my living room is very cozy. I promise to make you feel at home. I don't know why, but that just struck a chord in my heart. Like, I don't know why, but in an odd way, that was kind of an adorable request. It's almost looking at a lonely puppy. I just wasn't expecting that. Golly. Trying to bribe us with warmth and beverages even though we have some at home. Your house? Now that's an interesting proposal. I've never actually been to Hayuri's place before. I don't even know what it looks like. I must admit I'm curious. What prompted this? Oh, it's nothing really. Sorry. Hayuri demurs, red-cheeked in the manner that clearly telegraphed she was prompted by something, really. Hayuri isn't very good at lying. I just wanted to speak to you about something. Haru, it is not a particularly important matter, but it has been weighing on my mind. It'd be awkward to discuss it out here, though, so... Hayuri looks at me shyly, beneath half-lidded eyes. I thought it'd be best to speak alone in my living room. Is that no good? Hayuri looks so unusually anxious, I can't help but feel compassionate. I don't want to turn down her offer, but I do wonder. I don't have any problems with that, but what about you, Ina? Would you mind coming with me to Hayuri's for a bit? Oh no, I don't mind at all. I too would like to see what your abode is like, Hayuri. I could not pass up a chance to observe how you Earthlings live. And as you were friends, I would very much like to learn about you. I would be glad to accept your invitation, although... Ina yawns, yet more tears beating from her amber eyes. I fear I might fall asleep once I get there. I hope such behavior would not be too unpardonably rude. Oh no, it's quite alright. I'm the one being rude, asking you to humor me like this. Sorry. If you... Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just thinking of that one comic, and it's of like Sans doing stand-up comedy, and Undyne's fucking dying, and then he makes one joke about like, like femur or whatever, and she's like, what? What the fuck does that mean? And then Alphys has to like whisper and explain the joke, and she fucking bursts out laughing. Oh, I get it. I'm so sorry. If you need to rest, I can let you borrow one of the guest bedrooms. My home is rather large. There is no shortage of space. The cum room. Please do not call it that. This is where my grandmother used to live. The cum room. Alright. Cum room. The room in which I... No, you don't need to finish that sentence, really. I get it. Come. Very well then. I shall look forward to it. Please lead the way. Of course, just follow me. Hayuri turns on her heels, then sets off through the streets. I follow after her, a half-asleep Ina clinging to me. Her cheek rests against my shoulder, and her pale green hair flutters with every step she takes. I was so worried about burping or trying to re-swallow my indigestion. She looks ready to pass out at any given moment. Sorry, I was gonna make a horny remark. I was like, why don't you, like, carry her on your back so then you can, like, feel her soft, warm thighs? Like, if the... Because it's like, oh yeah, you know, if she's falling asleep, you wouldn't want her to fall asleep in the street, right? Like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know? Carry her, and then the little devil on my shoulder, yeah, grab her thighs, feel how warm she is. The angel's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, grab her, squishy, squishy. Soft, soft, thick, thick. Don't listen to him. I think he's just don't squishy, squishy, soft, soft. Did you just fucking sniff her? Maybe. You know, maybe I'll just carry her regularly. Yeah, squishy, squishy, soft, soft. Fucking pinches the bridge of his nose, whatever, and they both poof. I'm actually demented. I need interaction, because then this just happens. Yeah, but as I was saying, like, why would that be the reason to, like, help her rather than just help her because she's tired? My ass could not be a visual novel protagonist. What do you mean by this? What do you mean? She seriously pushed herself too hard. But if given a chance to redo the day, I doubt Ina would have behaved any differently. I know she had a blast. Watching her was enough to put a smile upon even my grumpy face. But Hayuri's desire for a discussion has put something of a damper on my good mood. What exactly does she want to talk about? I suppose I'll find out soon enough. Okay, yeah, my brain's going on like autopilot and it's thinking of random things. You know what's such a guilty pleasure? Because it's such a fucking weird anime. But like, I still enjoyed it, mostly because of just probably being a horny teen, but like, even like stepping back and trying to look at the anime as a whole, it was so fucking weird. There was like an anime called Cat Planet Cuties, and it was alright, you know, besides for the whole horny bit and shit. I mean, there's some plot lines I thought, like, oh yeah, that'd be interesting, and then they kind of did nothing with it. And then it's like, oh, all the girls fighting for the main characters, and then it's like, oh, why don't we all just date, you know? Nothing wrong with polygamy, is that the right word? Like, multiple people dating? Because I was more curious to go, oh, if they fight, how are they gonna one-up each other? And like, oh yeah, we can all share them. I'm like, well, this just fucking puts my damper on my good mood. It was such a fucking weird anime. Because I had to, like, mostly I've been watching weird and unheard of anime because of, like, I didn't have any fucking, you know, I didn't have any anime, like, I can't watch fucking Shield Hero and shit like that free on YouTube, so I had to get my hands on what I could. So, like, I've been watching a lot of, I wouldn't say weird, but just not popular, let's just say. Yeah, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure because it was alright, but it's so fucking weird. Because, like, every moment, like any moment you could be watching it, and it's literally that one meme of like your parents walking in and that titties jiggling on the screen, but times that to the 10, where so it's like specifically at any moment, like, so whether you're alone or whether someone walks in, it's just playing that shit. Just, it was so fucking weird. Oh, my brain spaced out. Is this her apartment? I don't know why. I expected it to be, I don't know, more gold. I suppose I'll find out soon enough. Here we are, home sweet home. I'm gonna be honest, that's a nice painting. I'm not even gonna fucking lie, that is a nice painting. I swear I've been to someone's place that looked exactly like this layout. So, what do the pair of you think? It's not too obstrutous, is it? I don't know if that's quite the word I would use, but I stare at Hayurai's living room, momentarily awestruck. Hayurai's house isn't a mansion, but it's definitely on the larger side. Her living room is sleek and fancy, with several neatly arranged couches and a vast, flat screen TV. It's significantly more upscale than my family's home out of the countryside, and it's significantly more modern. This whole house looks like it belonged to a well-to-do upper-middle-class family. Curse the upper class, or whatever the fuck it is. To destroy poverty, I am going to eradicate the entirety of the middle class. Thank you, Gumball. Very cool. It's a nice location, too. It's a brisk walk away from the nearest train station, but it's stationed on a quiet residential road without much traffic. This area of Tokyo's far more peaceful than the area I live in, and there's way less trash strewn about outside on the sidewalk. These living conditions couldn't be more different from the ones I'm used to. This is kinda cozy. Do you really live here, Hayurai? Yes, really. I'd hardly wander to a stranger's house by mistake, and I wouldn't rent out a show home to trick you either. That'd be way too much effort to go through for a simple prank. Yeah, I get that. In retrospect, that was probably a stupid question. Of course Hayurai lives here. The key wouldn't have fit in the lock otherwise. This is still a lot to take in though. Do you live here on your own? Hayurai nods. My parents don't live in Tokyo. Their home is in Chiba. I know Chiba isn't so far away from Tokyo, but my parents, through it'd be convenient for me. But my parents thought it'd be convenient for me if I had to commute for an hour every single morning. They've always wanted to give me the best possible start in life, or so they say. So they rented this house for me to live in whilst I attend my studies. They didn't buy it outright. Buying homes such as this for 3 years of education would be wasteful, even from my parents' perspective. But they have sunk a considerable sum of money into it over the last couple of years. It all seems a bit expensive to me, but my parents are expensive people. They've always had more money than sense. I remember you saying that once before. You said your parents were rich, didn't you? Yes, indeed. They're incredibly well off. I've only been in High-Rise home for a few minutes, but I can believe that. My parents would never be able to afford putting me up in a house like this. High-Rise parents mightn't have bought this place, but renting in Tokyo isn't cheap. My cruddy apartment costs an eye-watering sum as it is. I can't even begin to imagine how much this house must be. It's strange. Hayuri doesn't dress or act like a wealthy young lady, but I suppose she must be. Well, I mean, isn't that the trick? So, like, the trick to being a millionaire is not to try and waste it by spending worthless, like... It's like, if I'm a millionaire, I'm not gonna buy a $500 fucking brand t-shirt. I'm going to get a bunch of $15 t-shirts from fucking Target. Like, that's how I keep my money. I'm not gonna, like, sure, I wouldn't be the best, because I think, logically, the worst I could do is buy U2's collectibles in bulk, right? But, and like, I could buy the things I need, but like in moderation, not all at once, right? Because it's like, with PlayStation, I still have all the different other games to stream, so I don't want to go on a shopping spree for games I probably will never play in the hope for someone to come by and chat with me. That'd be a waste of money. And as I said, even if I was rich, I wouldn't buy a PS5, at least not anytime soon. The moment I buy a PS5 is the moment they shut down the PlayStation store for PS4, I'm gonna be honest. But I could stream to a lot more people with, like, I would probably buy a desk, gaming PC, and that's about it, beside the YouTube things, because, so I have a desk, I have a mouse pad, I have like, probably, I can probably download a, I can probably download a streaming thing or whatever to make it easier to stream, so I can stream PC games, and because it's a PC computer, it would be like fine enough to like play little games like what was that game? It was like something Frag, Fist of Frags. I fucking love that game. I would love to fucking like stream that, because it is so fun to play. It is, I think it's really underrated, and I don't even know if it's still on, or, you know, being updated, if the servers are still up. But I would probably play, like, the single-player games, like, you know, I have a lot of indie pixel horror games, like The Witch's House, I'm sure I have Corpse Party on here, but more of the sequels, right? You get what I mean? So, like, you buy fucking, I'm gonna pop some cash, only $20 in my pocket, this is fucking awesome. but I suppose she must be. Should I start courtesying to her from now on and calling her Milady? It's a funny thought, but I don't think Hayurai would appreciate it. She looks unusually troubled sitting on her sleek modern couch, her fingers curled on her lap. This might be her home, but she looks even stiffer than I feel. Sorry, I just immature brain. Well, this heavy-ass bitch keeps pressing her thighs and tits into me as I'm trying to hold her up. She is heavy as fuck. This feels like what the fucking Milky Way, like, weighs, you know? I guess she's not comfortable to all these luxurious trappings, despite growing up among them. I could make a funny joke, but I won't. I won't do it! You can't make me! I won't do it! I won't! You can't make me! Hayurai is far more relaxed when she's in a rundown astronomy club. Could that be why she spends so much time there? The astronomy club is more soothing, I'll admit, than this place. Fancy though this living room is, it's a bit too pristine. The walls, the floor, and the furnishing are so neat and tidy. It looks like something you'd find in a magazine. It reminds me... Sorry, I'm just thinking about the couch. I keep thinking about, what was it, like the YouTuber were doing, like r/nope, and this person just was randomly vacuuming behind, like, their house or behind their couch, and they look to, like, grab the dust out, and they're like, oh, would you look at that? There's a Sydney funnel web spider caught in my vacuum. The world's poisonous spider in all of Australia. Or whatever, right? And it's like, that was just behind your couch? I don't even know if there's anti-venom for that. Imagine you were trying to manually clean that and you like get a pinched. Ow, fuck! What the fuck was that? And it starts crawling away, and then you don't know what bit you, and you go on about your day and die in the next 12 fucking hours. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I had a black cricket here. I don't know where it came from, but like, I saw a movement of like something black, and I thought it was a massive spider, and I almost shit myself, and I gently moved closer and closer, and it's a black cricket. I don't know how the fuck it got in here. I don't know where it came from, but it went outside. I didn't want to kill it. Tried getting my brother to remove it, he's like, it's a cricket. It's not gonna hurt you. I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't know every insect, so like, I don't know, like, it's a cricket. It's not gonna harm you. It's harmless. I mean, I know, but like, is it poisonous? Will it bite? It's a cricket. You're fine. Don't worry about it. So I had to like grab tissues and firmly, but not too hard, so I don't squish it, and just take it outside and like release my grip so I still have the tissue, and it just hopped away. Fancy though this, it looks like something you'd find in a magazine. There's no warmth in here at all. I can't see many personal effects scattered about either. The atmosphere is uncomfortably chilly. I told my parents I'd be fine living in an apartment complex like most of my fellow students, but they wouldn't hear of it. They were afraid I would, I don't know, get robbed, maybe, or that I would get into fights with my housemates. I suppose that's because I never fit in during high school. My parents thought I would be best off on my own, away from everybody else. Maybe they were right, but I'll never know that now. Hayurai sighs. Are they fucking dead? Having a house like this to myself has its perks, certainly, but it can be somewhat lonely. I envy you, Haru. having Kawaii-chai and the others to speak to. You're never alone. Oh, I don't know if my position is all that enviable. Kawaii-chai and the others can't stand me. I don't think that's true. They might be a bit rancocious, but... and that's putting it lightly. But you seem to get on well enough. You're always horsing around, aren't you? I guess so. Maybe. Hayuri sighs again. I would have loved to live somewhere with other girls whom I could befriend. I'd been rather lonely living in all these houses all on my own. My parents say this is for my own good, but what do they know? I'm not so entirely certain that they are my real parents. They've always spoiled me ever since I can remember. They used to buy me toys and pretty dresses, and now they buy me fancy electronic gadgets and they pay my rent. What farting and OnlyFans get you for a month? I never wanted for anything, but it's always felt like they're overcompensating. You mean you think they're trying to buy your affection? That's exactly it. They're far more generous than other parents would be because they're not my parents. I'm certain I'm adopted. I've not seen any proof, not with my own eyes, but my parents get awfully cagey whenever I bring the subject up. It's suspicious. I wish they'd be honest with me. I'm 20 years old after all, but... Fucking geese. What was that for Thanksgiving dinner? Did that geese just fucking talk? No, it's a... No, it's just having a stroke. A yawn from Ina punctuates Hayuri's complaints. Hayuri looks at Ina, abashed. Ina is sitting next to me on the couch, slumped against my side. Her eyelashes are matted, and it looks like she's fast asleep. My. Hayuri smiles. I'm afraid all my talk must have bored her. She's out for the count. I don't think Ina's bored, she's just tired. We did do a lot of walking today. She must have tired herself out. I suppose there is more I wish to discuss with you, Haru, but first we should probably put Ina to bed. I don't know whether I should get concerned or aroused at what she might do. I just noticed how small her face looks compared to her neck, and now that's bothering me. Looks like a fucking giraffe. I think it's like with long hair it kind of covers everything up. Because she has short hair, there's less to cover up to make it feel bigger. Or maybe it is just small. Maybe you are, you alien freak. Look at you. I'm sorry, that's mean. There's a guest room upstairs with a nice soft bed. I'm sure she'll feel right at home there. Is she gonna make a move at me while my so-called wife is asleep? I think we should be able to carry her, if you don't mind helping me. Of course not. Up you get, Ina. I haul the comatose Ina to her feet, who murmurs something incoherent and cuddles up against my shoulder. With Hayuri's help, I guide Ina up the stairs, then into one of Hayuri's guest bedrooms. Apparently she has two. The pair of us lay Ina upon the bed, then draw the covers up beneath her chin. She doesn't stir all the while, dispute our jostling. Her eyes remain shut, her breathing soft and irregular. She really must be exhausted. With Ina safely tucked With Ina safely tucked up in bed, Hayurai and I then return to the living room. Hayurai offers to brew me some tea, to which I accept. Hayurai then heads to the kitchen while I sit in the neat, seamlessly unused living room, all alone. Hayurai's house might be gorgeous, but there's something awfully strad about it. I don't think I like it very much. Hayurai's perfect living room is so quiet it borders on sinister. Hayurai must feel horribly alone, living in an isolated place like this. I'm guessing she's not allowed to bring guys over. Damn, couldn't be me. Again, my apologies. More words that are not in my vocabulary. I just hear them and I don't know what I tried talking with friends about what they are, but they kind of just gave up because I don't understand. Because I always kind of take it so literally. And they kind of just give up, like, yeah, just don't worry about it. And I don't know what they are, so now they're words I know, but don't understand. I wonder if there's something I can do to cheer her up. I'm pondering this when Hayurai returns from the kitchen, a tray in hand. Upon the tray are 2 cups of freshly brewed tea, exuding heat, and a teapot. Here you are, Haru. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Hayurai sets the tray on the coffee table, then takes a seat beside me on the couch. This kind of makes me want to play Doki Doki again. I gotta get back into that at some point. I thank her and pick up my teacup. I blow on the surface of the tea a couple of times before bringing the rim of the cup to my lips, then sipping. I think I'm also interested in Doki Doki because of, like, it's... I don't know why, there's something more. Like, there's the visual novels, but then when you exit, it's like a computer desktop with, like, more things. And I don't want to look around in the files of the game because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. I thank her and pick up my teacup. I blow on the surface of the tea a couple of times before bringing the rim of the cup to my lips, then sipping. What do you think? Is it good? Accidentally spill it, like, on my pants. I'm like, oh shit. So I just take off my pants and just have my fucking cock hanging out as she tries to avoid eye contact. I'm sorry. I'm just a major pervert. I apologize. I really am sorry. Being creatively horny and alone by myself can do shit to you. Yeah, it is. I'm glad you didn't use too much sugar. You remember what I like, huh? Of course I do. We've been friends for quite some time now, and I've been cooking for you regularly. I have all of your tastes memorized, locked up here. Points to her womb. I'm sorry. Hayurai taps her temple, grinning. I'm not so good at recalling important facts or figures, but I recall almost everything about you. A little taken aback. Really? And why is that? I don't know. I suppose it's because you're special to me. I am? Yes, very much so. I'm really glad I met you, you know, Haru? Hayura smiles at me gently. Back in high school, the girls in my class all teased me, and the boys didn't give me a second glance. They thought I was plain, and maybe I was. Maybe I am. Part of me wonders if that's why I became so obsessed with the idea that I'm an alien. Hayura frowns, then crosses her legs. Not that it did much good. My assertion only made my classmates draw even further away from me. This is a bit embarrassing, but you're the first proper friend I've ever had. You're the only person I feel like I can confide in. Well, you and Ina now, she's a sweetheart. I've been having fun with her, but I don't feel the same way about her as I do you. Oh. I like you a lot, Haru. Wow, thanks, Hayura. I take a sip of my tea, hoping to mask my blush, which has begun to spread across my cheeks. My heart is fluttering inside my chest like the wings of a butterfly. All of a sudden, I'm aware of my proximity to Hayura. She's sitting very close to me on the couch. Closer, perhaps, than is necessary. Is she going to drug me and then ride me? I'm considerably hard right now. I'm used to Hayura threading her arm through mine, but this feels even more intimate. Maybe that's because we're alone together in Hayura's living room. There's nobody here to stop us should things get serious. No, not like that'll ever happen. I like Hayura as a friend, but I certainly don't think I don't like her in that way. As for Hayura herself, meanwhile, I like you a lot too. I reply, my voice questioning, as I set my teacup back on the table. You're a good friend. Thank you. I feel the same way about you. You were such a good friend to me, in fact. I want to show you something I've not shown anybody before. Not willingly, at least. I'm actually freaking out a bit. You're making me nervous. Back off, bitch! You're making me nervous! My brain's saying no, but my cock is saying yes. This is a bit embarrassing, but Hayura swallows, then seems to come to some kind of internal agreement. She raises her head, her eyes meeting mine, then says in an unwavering voice, I want you to know everything about me. You deserve to know the full truth. Okay, now this is starting to sound serious. I'm almost expecting this to lead to a confession of a criminal record. Hayura hasn't murdered anybody, has she? Other than her bomb-ass pussy? No, probably not. It'd be a surprise given how sweet and mild-mannered she is, but they do say you can't judge a book by its cover. That is true, because it's like, there was a thingy where it's like, if you come across a serial killer in public and you don't know it, then you've already sealed your fate, because they've already decided on who, like, you know, who they want. Because you don't, when you think of a serial killer, they're not like, I don't know about most of them, but like from what I'm understanding is, they could be you, they could be me, they could wear a mask. They're not these like socially awkward people that just happen to kill people. Because most of them are very charismatic, right? Very charming. For you to let your guard down. So, like, it's... You can't say, like, oh, well, I would easily spot... Well, Gandalf, where is your staff? What are you looking at me like that for? Oh, I face you that way, my bad. But you get what I mean? Would it be any more shocking, really, to discover that Hyrai has a body count than it was to meet an actual alien like Ina? That would be such an interesting thing. An actual, like, murderer that becomes a yandere and an alien that is, like, immune to all physical or, like, attacks, like, with their guns or weapons. So it's like them trying to... Well, it's a one-sided killing game that isn't winning. It's hard to say. My life really has become complicated. What truth are you talking about exactly? Did something happen? Not really, no, but I think something might happen because of this. I've been waiting for something to happen for a long time, a long while. My parents told me I was being foolish, my classmates too, but their opinions are irrelevant. Hypothetically, if I said, do the thug shaker, do the rum shaker, and hypothetically, you throw your ass back and do the thug shaker, do the thug shaker, do the rum shaker, and hypothetically, you throw it back. I want to know what you think about this. Whoa! Golly, got me stargazing. The moon ain't it the only thing that's rising tonight, I can tell you that. But that does look like a burn. Could you put that away before I backhand you with my schlong? Like a fucking scene from Scary Movie. Just, Uncle Ray Ray's got a game for you too. What are you doing? The first time I seen that scene, I was fucking dying. Because at first, like, the clowns scared me in, like, that Scary Movie film, but what I was fucking dying because it was so fucking funny. Yo, if you want, just grab a hold of me and I can show you the Milky Way. Hyrai grabs the necklace of her the neckline of her sweater and pulls it down, revealing an ample amount of her cleavage. She does this so suddenly I can do nothing other than gulp. I can't believe it. I ever thought Hyrai was plain. She might not stand out much when compared to Ina, but that's because Ina has green hair and... She stands out, Gregory, because Ina has green hairs and pronouns. But that's because Ina has green hair and amber eyes. Hyrai's look are certainly more normal, but there's a subtle, understated charm that underpins them. Haru? Hyrai stares at me, her brown eyes unnaturally focused. Can you see anything unusual about me? Unusual? I blink, bemused. Oh! Realization suddenly dawns as my eyes zero in on a certain abnormality that tarnishes Hyrai's otherwise perfect skin. I was so taken aback by Hyrai's body I didn't notice it at first, but now I've spotted it, I can tear my eyes away from it. It really is strange. Gently poke it and it like feel how cold her skin is and she squeals. Was I not supposed to poke it? There on one of Hyuri's soft mounds is a peculiar shaped birthmark that looks like a star. Soft mounds. Hey baby girl, if you are gonna be the buns, you be the buns and I'll be the sausage. Don't mind the toppings, that comes later, baby girl. I've never seen anything like it before, outside of a page of this one popular shonen manga. Hyuri isn't the descent of a certain famous family, is she? Can she perform feats of superhuman strength, stop time, save the world? Okay. I just realized what he's referring to. The world! I fucking butchered that, didn't I? The handle! Just fucking, the poor fucking chihuahua looks fucking terrified as the fucking other one is fucking hit out of existence. Dun 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 dun. Sorry, I got distracted. I just realized what fucking she can perform feats of human strength, stop time, save the world. That seemed pretty unlikely, but then again, so is Ina. Anything's possible. She's a very affectionate and clingy stands user. That's an interesting birthmark. It is a birthmark, isn't it? Hyura nods. I've had this since I was born. I didn't pay it much attention when I was younger, but as time wore on, I started to wonder. It's a perfect star shape, which 5 neat points. It's very uncommon for a birthmark to be shaped like this. Actually, it's not. Birthmarks can birthmarks can be all types of shit. I mean, technically, they're not birthmarks. I think I've heard, but it's like, I have these little brown, circles all over my arms, legs, and body, right? Something about, it shows you where you got the most skin, the sun focused. This one kind of looks like a retarded star constellation. Hiya! It was this birthmark which made me wonder whether I might be in fact be an alien. It seems to be some sort of sign. I've never fit on this planet, and I'm certain I'm not my parents' real daughter. They don't have any photography? They don't have any photographies of me as a baby, and they don't act the way other parents do. They're so nice, it's cloying. It's as though they're afraid I might leave them. After putting all the evidence together, I decided I must be an alien. This mark proves it. Objection! I've been certain of this for the last 7 years. What, she would have been... When she started feeling this way, she would have been... I'm not good with math, but if she's 20 now and she's felt this way for the last 7 years, wouldn't that mean she'd be 16? When she started feeling like an alien? Hyuri relinquishes her grasp on her sweater, once more hiding her curious birthmark. I'm certain that it must mean something.
But I think you're less than convinced, Haru. You think it's crazy, don't you?
Well, I don't know about crazy. I do think it's unlikely, though. Your birthmark is certainly unusual, but I don't think it's so very unusual it confirms you're an alien. As for your parents, well, I can't say too much on that front. I've never met them, but doting mothers and fathers do exist. They're rich, and you're their only daughter, so maybe they feel like spoiling you. There doesn't have to be a deeper meaning behind it.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I've told myself that too, of course, but still.
Hayurai sighs.
I can't shake the feeling that I don't quite belong here. I've always felt more at peace when I look to the sky. The stars are more comforting to me than the companies of other people has ever been. What? The stars are more comforting to me than the company of other people has ever be, apart from you, of course.
Fun fact, the stars you're looking at are probably dead. Probably died thousands of years ago, and we're just now seeing the brightness of it.
Doesn't that make you sad? Doesn't that make you mad? Are you upset?
One of those stars could be your family. Dead thousands of years ago, and there's not a thing you would do to know because of the whole time difference. I don't know how it works, but basically it's like, you know. Hayurai shifts even closer to me upon the couch, then rests her hand upon mine.
I trust you, Haru. I like you.
I know you've already said that. I'm glad to hear it, but I scratch my cheek with my free hand, the one which isn't intertwined with Hayurai's. Aren't you upset?
No. Why would I be?
I didn't agree with you on when you said you thought you were an alien. Didn't that hurt your feelings?
It's fine. I didn't expect you to agree or to understand. I just thought I should show you my birthmark. I want you to know everything about me.
Hayurai leans in closer still, her chest pressing against my arm.
I've been trying to confess to you for a long time, Haru. I've not been subtle in my advances, but you've never seemed to get the hint. I was too shy to outright state what I wanted, so I had to play my attachment off as a joke.
Aww, sorry. Hayurai's fingers squeezes my palm.
But it isn't a joke. It's never been a joke. You're the most important person in the world to me. I can't keep that bottled up inside, not any longer. I have to tell you how I feel.
And, how is that exactly? My voice is softer than a whisper as I address Hayurai, my mouth inches away from hers. Though I'm trying to play it cool, I can feel my cheeks prickling pink with embarrassment. My relationship with Hayurai is starting to shift. After tonight, I doubt things will ever be the same. This, though, fills me with pressure. But it's not unpleasant. Perhaps I want things to change. Sorry, my brain spaced out. It's like, why can't I ever just have something normal? Can I not just hate women and suck men? Can I not just do that in peace without being objectified with my horrendously overweight body? Please leave me alone. I know my ass is fat, but that's for men to touch, not you, harlot.
You should know how I feel at this point, Haru. But I'll spell it out for you if I must.
Hayura smiles.
It's true what people say. You boys are dense. I wish you'd realized earlier to spare me this embarrassment. But getting it off my chest should make me feel better.
Hayuri exhales, her eyelashes falling shut. Then she peers into my face. Our fingers clasp and says,
I like you, Haru. Wait, I like you, Haru. I really, really like you. In fact, I think I might be in love with you.
Hayura. I begin, but I'm unable to finish. Oh! How damn. How basic can I fucking be? Damn. Sorry, the design choice I made is completely different to this design. I mean, I still made him thick and have a more femboy design. But like, just really annoyed. Let me know if you guys want to see it, right? Because I can show like earlier designs. So I made a design for like inside and outside, where like, you know, the inside is more curvature with the body, but the outside is more cartoony with like the oversized coat with like the oversized scarf, because I wanted to add her scarf somewhere, right? But I couldn't see anywhere to add it in the inside version without covering like the, you know, the collar like that. So I made it so like it's specifically outside, so the design exists. So the tail is covered up. Well, I like to think of it as covered up with the outside design. So I made a dumb thumbnail that's probably gonna not a thumbnail, just a shit post of like her being cucked as she watches Charlotte and the other, you know, like fucking raw dog it. Just seeing the silhouettes of like her being cucked. That's because roughly 0.03 seconds later, something soft and warm impresses itself upon my lips. It takes me another 0.03 second to figure out what this sensation is. It's Hayuri. She's kissing me. There's no way I could misconstruct her affection now. She really must love me. Dun, 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 dun. Are you humming Old MacDonald? Like, Old MacDonald as you're kissing me? Shut up, kiss time. She's the one taking the initiative. Respect for the initiative. Despite being much slighter and smaller than I am, in a situation like this I thought the guy was supposed to take the lead, but my knowledge re-situations like this is woefully lacking. I've never had a girlfriend before. I feel completely out of my depth, but then again, so is Hyrai. You are kind of a sly bitch. You know this other chick is basically claimed to me as their wife, even if I haven't, said anything, like, or agreed, right? And you purposely put her upstairs to sleep so you can hit on me? It's like that one YouTuber saying, like, if the dude cheated and left his ex for you, how are you going to be surprised when he cheats again? If I'm her first ever friend, as she said, I doubt she'd ever had a boyfriend. We're both complete novices when it comes to love, but maybe that's what drew Hyrai to me so instantly in the first place. Intensely in the first place. Like her, I'm something of an outcast too. I had never thought of myself as an alien, but my obsession with the stars is so strong enough that I've frequently been labeled as a space case. I guess Hyrai and I are pretty similar. That being the case, it's not so surprising she would fall for me. As for me, meanwhile, I don't know how I feel. I really can't tell how I feel. I've never had a girlfriend before, and I have little experience when it comes to love. I'm a total novice at all this lovey-dovey stuff. I can't deny, though, that kissing Hyrai does feel good. I don't know what exactly will happen next, but maybe that doesn't matter. I want to kiss Hyrai and touch her and inhale the scent of her shampoo. And above all else, I want to make her happy. I beat my weary way back to my apartment in a daze, the sleepy Ina resting against my shoulders all the while. The cool wintry air rumples my hair and nips at my skin, but it can't dilate the memory of Hyrai's mouth against mine. The thought of Hyrai might have been interested in me, giving her propensity for affectionate displays, but I chalked all that up to her, well, Hyrai-ness. I thought she was just being friendly. I wasn't aware that her feelings for me ran deeper than that. I wasn't really sure if I'm being honest, that Hyrai was capable of falling in love with anybody. She seemed too lost in her own little world to pay attention to earthly affairs such as romance. I guess I was mistaken. Now what am I gonna do? What do you think, Ina? I glanced at my companion, whose cheek is pressed against my shoulder. Should I start dating Hyrai? It seemed scummy not to after she confessed so earnestly, but I don't know how I feel about her. Do you have any advice? Ina, alas, doesn't reply. I was hoping for a bit of feminine insight, but... Ina is asleep, her eyelashes mudded together. She must have exhausted herself after days' excursions.
Golly! My shorts are completely fucked. Like, you know those type of alluring dresses that have like the thigh reveal like up to the ass? It's like that, but it's regular shorts because it just rips every time I sit down. Ina's asleep, her eyelashes mudded together. She must have exhausted herself after the day's excursions. Her arms are looped tight about mine, and her head is lolling. A few strands of her green hair are in her mouth, and her lower lip is spotted with saliva. It's a miracle she's able to remain upright, and that she's been keeping pace with me during our walk back home. She's stumbling along like a little zombie. I guess now's not the best time to discuss all this. Ina's plainly incapable of discussing anything at this moment. I smile at my alien companion, touched by how sweetly vulnerable she looks, and brush some stray hair from her mouth. Ina stirs at this, shifting at my touch, but her eyes remain shut tight. Sorry for dumping all of this on you, Ina. This isn't your problem. I'll have to ask about how your eyes' feelings on my own terms. For now, let's get you back home. You look like you could use some proper shut-eye. I yawn, my eyes beating with tears. The cold breeze chills them, so my skin prickles. And so could I, as a matter of fact. Today's been more eventful than I imagined it would be. My life really has become hectic since Ina crash-landed into it. Things are occurring at so rapid a pace, it's hard to keep abreast of it all. But I'm not unhappy with how things have worked out. Maybe I should thank Ina for that. Whether it was intentional or not, she really has brightened things up. I return to my apartment at a brisk pace I can manage, while supporting the near-comatose Ina, and let the pair of us inside my room. Ina is so tired I have to help her out of her new clothes and into the oversized shirt she's been using as her pajamas. Now I wonder what I'm going to do about that. I still have no idea. I have a lot to think about. It's all a mess. I worry as I help Ina into her futon, then lay down in my own, that I'll never be able to get any rest. My brain is stuffed to the brim with thoughts, like packing paper in a cardboard box. That is so true. Like, it's mostly like when I'm forced, like when I was younger, it was like bedtime, forced to go to sleep, and then it's like, every now and then mother will check in on me or whatever, whoever, and it's like, why aren't you sleeping? I'm like, I don't know. They're like, go to sleep. I'm like, I'm trying. It's just my brain refuses to go to sleep. Count sheep. I count sheep. Doesn't help. It's all a bit overwhelming, but my exhaustion claims me quicker than I thought it would. My eyelashes fall shut the moment my cheeks meet my pillow, and soon I find myself pulled into dark recesses of my own dreams. I don't dream of Ina or Hayuri. Why is the ore slanted? Though they've been playing on my mind a good deal all day, my dreams are devoid of touch of human flesh, devoid, too, of any warmth. In my dreams I see myself standing in the vast dark recesses of space, stars twinkling around me like granules of sugar,
and the planet revolves slowly about the sun, little more than the tiny pinprick in the distance. It's a humbling kind of dream, which impresses upon me just how small and insignificant I am. The vast, uncharted depths of space are terrifying, but they're reassuring too. When I look to the sky, I'm always reminded of just how unimportant my own problems are. It's this knowledge which gives me the fortitude to keep on going. I can do anything, or so I like to tell myself, so long I can look at the stars for guidance. And so, the next day...
Good morning, darling. Rise and shine. We have another busy day ahead of us, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I would like to explore more of this wonderful city and indulge myself in more of your earthlings' intriguing pastimes. But before that, I have a gift I would like to give you. Perhaps it will help invigorate you.
What the fuck? I blink groggily. This rising white pinprick of light which cloud my vision and oh boy! That's it, I'm already hot.
You know what? The little things on her cheek, right? It reminds me of an anime.
I think it's called Oh My Goddess, and it's about basically this guy who's like in this he lives with like these motorcycle people, and they don't allow girls or whatever, and he, I don't know if he summons her or the goddess accidentally trips in some sort of bathtub, which is like a mirror of like how they get between the human realm or whatever, and like he has to go out and look for... It's really fucking weird. But that's what she reminds me of, with like the little triangles on the cheeks. Sorry, there goes my aggression, wanting to bite those luscious, juicy thighs. Cover you in my saliva and then bite you even harder. I might have an actual problem. A very aroused, violent problem. My eyes snap open. I feel wide awake, despite the lingering fatigue which still clings to my body. Ina is lying on top of me, wearing nothing but an oversized button shirt that I gave her to sleep in, and because of the way she's cuddling up to me, is that the word? It must be like raising up, so like I must get a real good view from down here. So I'm just thinking of like her laying on his chest, but like kind of like the Jacko pose where her ass is in the air, but like the shirt is like pulled up because it's too big, so it's like more of like a view of her thighs and ass as she's whatever she's doing. Sorry, I'm uncomfortably horny at the moment. Ina's lying on top of me, wearing nothing but an oversized button-up shirt I give her to sleep in. She's kissing me. The clean, refreshing smell of soap, meanwhile, wafts from Ina's body. Her fingers curl about my shoulders, and a warm blush spreads across her cheeks. Her eyelashes, which are tightly shut, are trembling. Ina looks cute, but I'm gonna save again. Because I can, bitch. Because I fucking can. Isn't this a bit too southern?
I wish she'd give me some kind of warning before she kissed me, damn it! Has this girl never heard of consent? Maybe, I think actually it's not a concept in Cornwall alongside clothes which aren't skin-tight. Ina might look like a human girl, but her idea of acceptable levels of intimacy are certainly alien. She's even more forward than Hirai. And that's saying something. Isn't she doing the exact same, like... I'm just saying, like, yeah, you were asleep, but, like, with Hirai, right? Didn't she kind of, like, you were kind of, like, you know, going, oh, I like you as a friend, and she didn't really take a hint and still continued to, like, kiss you, not really giving consent? Is this not the same situation? Ina? Okay, let me save again, right? Ah, shit. Whatever. Thick company, what?